got my new book, 3 Tips to Play Better Golf. Practice, practice, practice. Now, back to Danielle Tucker.
Or movements that you wouldn't even realize that you're doing. That's the whole problem with golf. Sometimes we move something and we don't really consciously know that that's what the body is doing.
Absolutely. I use the HackMotion wrist sensor system, which is, people don't know about that. It's a gyroscopic system that hooks onto your wrist, and you can measure it on the 3D on computer, and it measures. It's very, very sensitive, and so it measures all of the wrists move in 3 dimensions, and so it measures those dimensions, and I can almost zero that out. I have elite putting level stats for my putting stroke, and I think people see on TV what they see, the aiming the putter first. I think everybody wants to look cool, and be, look like they're in control. They're very careful. But you think back on the last, few major championships. Think of the British Open. Think of Jordan Spieth. Think of Lydia Ko at the Olympics. And then recently, Xander Schauffele at the Ryder Cup on the last day, missing short little putts. Because, like you say, things can go wrong. You can't see these motions, visibly to the eye. Really hard to see, but we can measure them with the HackMotion, and so it's just really much better preparation for motion to get some dynamic motion first, rather than a static alignment where you're aiming the putter first.
Nicely said. Craig Foster is founder of DynAlign Golf, DynAlignGolf.com. Ben Hogan said, when you see a fine player making little individual movements of his feet or his knees or his shoulders as he settles into his stance, do not mistake these for empty gestures of nervousness. And they're not movements either that precede his arriving at a static, fixed position. What he's actually trying to do is to feel that everything he will be calling on in his swing is in balance and poised for action. That's from Ben Hogan. That I got from your website. That is so well said.
Exactly, and it goes the old Scottish saying, so you waggle, so you play. And waggling has really kind of gone out of fashion. You see Jason Duffner has a waggle. He's got a significant waggle. And, Ben Hogan, it's pretty hard to argue with him. And he was really one of the guiding stars for all of this, because he showed everyone that golfers could have machine-like accuracy, and so he was always a constant inspiration. And then I worked for that company for 10 years as a club the authorized repair center for Ben Hogan Company, back when it was originally owned by the Ben Hogan Company. So that was years ago. So that was quite an honor. I have a letter from Ben Hogan here in my shop.
Wow.
Looking at right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chicken skin. Okay, I love what you said too. I am learning as a teacher. DynAlign can seem as too technical or too complicated for people. It can take some time to learn, but it's very logical. I'm learning to simplify the instruction, but sometimes I feel like the guy in the TV commercial who teaches the unteachable.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yes. People, as you say, this is all new. You never really thought about this. And Steve Elkington actually told me, he said this opened up a whole new room in his brain. He never thought about it. And and we're still connected, still using this. So, but, some people have trouble screwing in a light bulb,
Yeah, I can.
And then they try to do golf, and and the putting stroke. I have my hands full teaching the putting stroke. I have a lot of sympathy for the teachers teaching full swing, because and this brings up another point. The putting stroke is really not a miniature golf swing. It's actually just the opposite, because in the full swing, you're trying to maximize the energy as it transfers across the joints to finally get to the wrists and the hands to provide maximum power. Well, in putting, we need to stabilize all those joints. We don't need power in putting. We need stability. So it's really just the opposite.
You know what? I think you just pulled a lot of people in right with that, because that is so true. We don't need power in putting. The only time you need power in putting is when you say, oh, I didn't put enough speed on that.
Probably, yes. Probably because you were thinking about the line, and that happens on, when you have a tough breaking putt, downhill, left to right, breaking putt, and you're really focused on that line, and you go, oh man, I forgot to hit it, or I hit it way too hard. So we help you focus on the distance.
See, Craig Foster is founder, DynAlign Golf, DynAlignGolf.com. That's all. DYN, Align, ALIGN, Golf. DynAlignGolf.com. Go there. It's Craig Foster.
Zoom lessons available worldwide.
Zoom lessons available worldwide. I need to take a Zoom lesson. I'll get out my trusty Bettinardi that's some 22 years old now. I love it.
We'll set up. That's the thing. And that's the other thing. Now, I have my preferences for putters, but with this system, you really can putt with anything. I have a video of me putting with a wooden stick, basically, because once you get the alignment, people are really get focused on the putter, the design. And it is important, but it is not the main thing. If you can get a new putter, it might help you putt a little bit better for a while, placebo, honeymoon effect. But boy, if the mechanics are loose, you get back to your old habits again and right back to where you started from.
Craig Foster, we're going to thank the people who made this show possible. Thank you for your mana, and may you hit the sweet spot every time. We're at RadioGolfClub.com. I'm Danielle Tucker. This is the Golf Club.
You've been listening to the award-winning Golf Club radio show with Danielle Tucker on the Golf Club Network statewide. Tune in next week, and we'll tee it up together only on the Golf Club.
Copyright 2021.